Hi, before we get to today's video, I want to make a couple of announcements. First, we've recently released a new paid course on udemy.com entitled 5 Ways to Enhance Jewelry Designs with Stone Setting. I'm sure you're going to like it, so be sure to check it out. And the Online Jewelry Academy is no longer releasing videos on a weekly basis. We're going to be a little bit more sporadic. So it's more important than ever that you hit the button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're going to get a notification every time we release a new video. Now let's watch today's video. Hi, welcome to the Online Jewelry Academy. I'm Professor John Ahr and I'm your instructor. In this video, I'm going to answer a question from one of our longtime subscribers and donors, Curious Kim's Curios. Now she wants to know about files. So in this video, we're going to cover some basic information about one of the most essential tools on your bench, a file. Now, a file with the right shape and cut that's in good condition can give you the ability to quickly shape sheet metal or smooth and refine important details. Did you know that the first files were made by hand? Can you imagine? Craftsmen made them by striking a length of iron with a chisel at a regular angle and intervals. Now talk about labor intensive. The files that we know today weren't possible until the early 20th century. This is when efforts to refine iron into high carbon steel met mechanized cutting machines and improved heat treating processes. The files that most jewelers work with are sold by size, shape, and length. Now, let's take a look at a diagram that explains sizing and the essential parts of a file. Jewelry suppliers that use Swiss sizing determine the length of a file by measuring from the point, or the top of the file, to the base, or the heel of the file. The heel is just above the tang. The tang, by the way, is the part that fits into a handle. Now, suppliers that use American sizing to determine the length of a file measure it from the point to the tip of the tang. So, let's talk about the tang for a second. The tang fits into a handle, and believe me, you want to put handles on your files. Otherwise, the tang is going to dig its way into the palm of your hand and you're not going to be happy. There are two different types of handles that are commonly used for files. I've covered this information in another video entitled Put Handles on Your Files. By the way, another good video to watch is entitled Techniques to Keep Files Clean. Now, let's dig a little deeper and examine the various types of cuts. The term cut, by the way, refers to the teeth of the file. File cuts are graded by number. The coarsest is a 0 cut, so a 1 is coarser than a 2, and so on. The cut most commonly used for metal refinement is a single cut. Now, you'll notice that the teeth are parallel to each other, and if you examined a single cut with a protractor, you'd see that the teeth are cut at a 65-degree angle from the center line. Files with a single cut are sometimes referred to as saw files. This is because they're generally used for sharpening tools and finishing filing. They're also the best file for smoothing the edges of sheet metal. This is because they tend not to grab hard on the edge of the sheet and bend it out of shape. The next cut that you're probably familiar with is a double cut. Now, double cut files have rows of teeth that crisscross one another to create a grid of diamond shapes. Sometimes these files are referred to as machinist files. That's because they're used to quickly remove material from rough work. My favorite double cut file is a Barrette file, which is cut on the flat side, but it's safe or uncut on both its sides and its beveled backside. Now, let's talk about a couple of cuts that aren't generally used for jewelry work. The first is a curved cut. This type of file has teeth that are curved to contours that cross the entire plane of the file, or the working face of the file. The teeth are milled with an undercut or positive rake. Curved cut files are used on large-scale projects and are often found in auto repair shops. Another type of file that's more appropriate for woodworking than it is for metal is a rasp. So when you're out hitting garage sales, you can pass up these two types of files. Now, what if you do find some cheap rusty files at a garage sale? Should you buy them? Well, that's like asking me what type of underwear I'm wearing. Depends. If the file is a little rusty and it feels like it can cut, then it can probably be cleaned with an environmentally friendly rust remover and be put back into service on your bench. But even if the file is completely smooth, the tool steel it's made from still has value. My favorite uses for old files are to turn them into punches and burnishers that I make by grinding the steel into a useful shape and smoothing the edges and bringing them to a high polish. In another video, we'll discuss the various shapes of files and their uses. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the button on the lower right-hand corner of your screen to subscribe to this channel. You can find the complete list of the Online Jewelry Academy's 330 videos on our website at onlinejewelryacademy.com, and we have paid courses that dig deeper into topics on udemy.com. Thanks for watching.